that to William. He's in a white hat. Tanya's son. Mitchie, moo. He's in a white hat. He's got a backwards Davies hat and a chain on. Okay.
Hey Dog Nation, this is the Dog Father here. Welcome to Dog Bowl 13. We're going to have a really special bunch of games ahead of us, and I'm here with one of our sponsors. This is Matt Martinez of MMD Electric. Tell us a little bit about your company.
MMD Electric is a commercial, industrial, residential, small job service company that just kind of keep the smaller jobs so we can keep the schedule open.
Yeah, that's fantastic, and I can vouch for you because you've come to my house multiple times and saved the day for Cindy and I.
Right.
So, and that's the residential side, but you do a lot more than that.
Correct, yeah. So commercial, we help out with other sponsors like Skylight Specialists, which is a sponsor. We do help them out some of the commercial / residential jobs, or just even restaurants and you name it. We do it all.
Yeah, and so this year, and just like last year, you're our streaming sponsor. So with that, Shaw Hockey Productions comes in and they cover 46 games over the course of the weekend, all the way from the beer leaguer crappy guys like you and me to world-class sled hockey players and NHL players. All, and we can't do that without guys like you, without Shazzy and so on and so forth. So thank you for doing that. And we also have a kind of a cool theme this year. We're wearing it right now.
We are. The theme I like about this Dog Bowl, and it comes close to home to me, is organ donations. So with the Dog Bowl going on this year and the Survivor game, it's all organ transplant recipients and donors.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about you a little bit on that because you hit both sides of it, right? Because with organ donors, you have the people that receive the organ donations, but you also have the people that give the organs, right?
Yeah.
And some of those are living, some unfortunately pass, and that goes from there. But kind of tell us about yours.
So first one that got me involved with the organization with Dog Nation was a kidney donation to everyone knows D-Rep. Dave Repsher with Flight for Life back in 2015.
Yeah.
With a helicopter accident with Flight for Life. So yeah, he went through some troubles and I donated my kidney, which got him back up and running. And that's great with him.
Yeah, and then you on the other side, you're a recipient yourself.
I'm a recipient. I actually have a 21-year-old man from Florida's cadaver cartilage in that left rib.
Yeah, ironically, the same surgery Gabe Landeskog just had.
That's true.
So you came back, so that means Gabe's coming back too. So, but that's terrific stuff, amazing on both sides, and also we're wearing the Survivor Game jerseys. So these are going to be on Saturday. Amazing game to watch. That'll be on one of the broadcasts and
2:30 p.m. Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, and you are going to be in that game, and so is Dave.
Yes, sir.
So anyway, thank you very much. Tune in. 46 games. You're not going to want to miss a single one. Check it out. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this Shaw Hockey Productions broadcast of the Dawg Nation Hockey Foundation 13th Annual Dawg Bowl matchup between the Tom Browns and the Vigilantes in the silver tier. My name is Gabby Chernoff. I'm here with Zach Newmeyer.
Gabby, this should be a pretty good bout with the two silver level teams, both needing a victory in this, and right now it starts off with the first shot coming from the Vigilantes with a backhand from the slot area. Tom Brown regroup. They'll do D-to-D pass as they enter into neutral ice, and the speed's going to slowly pick up as we go on, like all these games. Shot from the outside, right in the breadbasket, easy routine save.
Two quick shots from both teams here, trying to get themselves on the board early. Nice one there by number 4.
Cody Wilson. Faceoff takes place inside the Vigilante zone. It's one back to the point, and shot goes wide. And we're seeing maybe a little bit of late in the tournament legs with people missing pucks that don't normally miss the pucks. Or maybe they've had a couple beverages throughout the day. Who knows?
Maybe a combination of both.
Tom Brown brings it into the Vigilante zone, and they're firing everything. That one kick save into the corner. Comes out front. What an opportunity. Blocked by the defense. That one did not get through. And then it bounces out of the zone and forces a regroup. Tom Brown has a 3-on-2 developing and a little bit of miscommunication, and it gets turned over to Vigilantes. Vigilantes come out as they do a line change behind the plate. We've got a 2-on-2 going on at the zone. They'll settle it down, fire across, and just misses.
I saw you play.
Maybe trying to set up a tip there, too.
Yeah, you know.
Tom Brown fires it. We'll break in on the other side, and an interesting 360 into the zone, and he loses the puck. And then the Vigilantes pick it up and try to get into the zone, and they do a little bit late, but it straddles the line and avoids the whistle. Tom Brown enters the zone, outnumbered as they change behind the play. They'll fire from the outside. Another easy save by the goaltender. Vigilantes are attacking. We'll get through neutral zone, and it gets poked around a couple sticks. Picked up to Tom Brown. They'll come into the zone. A lot of shots from the outside, nothing real threatening as of yet. Another routine save. The Vigilantes will just try to chip it out of the zone, and they do make it and force Tom Brown to regroup at center ice. Bring it in. They got a trailer happening. They don't see the trailer, gets a hold of the puck, fires it, and I'm not sure if that went in or got blocked by their own player. I think either way, the puck ended up in the net, but the ref is going to kind of say that the player shouldn't have been there, I think, and turn it into a face-off outside the zone. Some cheering going on from the Tom Brown. Spirits are high. Draw takes place neutral ice, and it is one back by the Vigilantes. Under pressure in the corner, and it's a turnover. Tom Brown team picks it up, circle it around, and then they hand it to the Vigilantes, who will slow things down a little bit and look for the breakout pass. Not as crisp as these teams were earlier in the tournament. See if they settle in as we get going. A little pile up, a little pile up in the corner. Clean up aisle 3. And here's an opportunity, and it struggles with the puck. Takes a little bit of a shove as he gives it up, and a good back check by the Vigilantes, and then a pass out of the zone.
Good read there in the zone by Nate Stein as the puck was kind of bouncing around at neutral there. He took advantage of it, reestablished the zone, trying to generate some offense, and he's trying to do the same here.
And we're going to see our first penalty. It's like a roughing call. One on the Vigilantes. We'll see if special teams is a part of this one or not. Bryce Jankowski will serve 2 minutes for the rough. Vigilantes win the draw again, and they will skate it out on their own power to the neutral ice and get it deep into the zone. That's Jesse Shelton fighting. He's got about 15 seconds off of that penalty all on his own. Gets out to the point, throw it in, and
nice shorthanded opportunity for them there.
And we got a rough on the other side now. So with about $1:40 left to go on the penalty, we will have some 4-on-4 hockey. Backhand shot on goal. Save. We'll do the face-off again. Face-offs, in a runtime environment, each face-off takes 15 to 20 seconds off of a penalty. Doesn't matter much here at even strength, 4-on-4. But a men's league secret for sure. Shot gets deflected and goes wide. Really picked up by Tom Brown. They'll throw it in. We got a little bit of room to skate. A toe drag, tries to get around one D, gets hacked down by the other D. And the net comes off. Looks like his stick got a little high. There's a little conversation about that, but there is no call on the play other than a face-off due to the net being off. There he is. Gallo, Anthony Gallo. That hit up high. All right, Vigilantes win the draw and charge the other way. Vigilantes have been winning the draw so far. Some fancy hands. And turns it over. Now Gallo has room. He's got a couple steps. He got a 2-on-1 developing here. Gallo's going to take the shot. Fires wide. And then it comes right back the other way with speed. One step from being a breakaway. And big save by the goaltender. Bounce around at neutral ice, and then it gets gained control of by the Vigilantes. They'll walk in, they fire from the outside, hits a stick, goes over the net, and all the way up to the point. They'll charge in, got a little bit of a no-angle shot. Goalie's ready for that one. And Tom Brown will break it out. We are 5-on-5 again after the abbreviated power play has expired. A lot of end-to-end action seems to be opening up here. Tom Brown will enter back into the zone. And they'll fight for it down low on the half board. Exchanges, Vigilante tries to walk up the middle, gets knocked away from him, and they have to battle again behind the net to gain the puck. Go for the long pass, he's in. This would be a breakaway attempt, and 6
That's
on
in. Right off the breakaway there. As he was moving in, goalie made the initial save, didn't get quite enough on it to be able to kick it out. Sitting pretty right at the goal line there and tapped in by his teammate.
I think that's gonna maybe go. I'm not sure if that initial shot went in or the tap in went in. Either way, it's in the net. Babowski on the original, for Dowdson on the follow-up there. And we have a 1-0 Vigilante lead, and they win the face-off yet again. They'll regroup in the defensive zone. Backhand cycle over. They'll wait and put it up off the boards. It gets chipped into the zone. And around the side, Tom Brown will look for the breakout pass. Puck bouncing around, going off of everybody's stick in neutral ice before Tom Brown finally regroups back in the defensive zone. They'll go look for safety behind the net. Under a single forechecker. They bounce it off the forechecker and it hits the tape. They'll enter the zone, a brief 3-on-2 that disintegrates as the back check collects the play. And they'll work the perimeter looking for an angle. All the way across ice, goes off the defenseman's stick, bounces behind the net. Tom Brown maintains possession for a moment. And then it gets up to the point. Tom Brown regains possession. Vigilantes able to get it out. They got a 2-on-1 developing here. They'll fire it in for a pad pass. Goalie flips it up and out of the rink.
Tom Brown's kind of following the same pattern here of every time they fire it on net. And they can get a hold of this rebound. They're trying to work it up those far side boards, send it up to the point, work it from high to low, and then they got caught on a turnover there that resulted in a 2-on-1 back the other way, not in their favor.
Vigilantes won the face-off on that, but it was intercepted. The pass to the defense. And Tom Brown brings it into the zone and then drops it right back to him. Vigilantes come out. They'll go cross ice, trying to hit that streaking winger. A little bit too far for him. And in hockey, they call that icing.
They do indeed.
I think the teams are starting to settle in. They looked a little choppy at first with players falling around and missing the puck. I think they're starting to get their legs and hands back. We got just a little bit above 3.5 minutes left to go in this first period. First 2 periods being runtime 15-minute periods. Third period potentially being a 12-minute stop period time depending upon the score. That one gets touched on its way down, negates the icing call. Tom Brown will try to break it out, and the seam is picked up. Unable to push it into the zone, and then it bounces into the bench for a souvenir. Kind of seeing Jesse Shelton on the green team. He's standing out. Number 44 seems to be everywhere. Must be the one that had the energy drink.
Maybe he had the extra beer before.
Could be.
It's giving him a boost.
Properly hydrated. Tom Brown comes in. They're walking around. He's looking for help. Working on that perimeter. Vigilante's really not giving up much in the center and forcing Tom Brown on the perimeter. And there's Jesse Shelton. He picks up the puck, takes it away. He's looking cross ice, and it bounces off his teammate. Kept in for a minute by Tom Brown, and then the Vigilantes regain possession. They'll retreat into their zone, try to go high off the glass. It does a unique rainbow to it. Lands just a few feet from where it took off from, and Tom Brown picks it up. Try to work it into the slot area. That is touched and forced to the corner. They'll go off the boards and back into the Tom Brown zone. Cody Wilson has the puck. He looks for the long pass, just misses his guy, and that will be an icing call. And the draw is won by Tom Brown with a single effort, and he'll take it out of the zone, waiting for his teammates to catch up as he goes around, not quite behind the net, as he kind of left the puck behind him. He'll be canceled out behind the play, and they'll fight for possession. Once again, Jesse Shelton comes out with the puck. He takes a look, and he gives it up to the wing, and they'll go in. They had an odd man advantage temporarily there, lost control of the puck. Goalie makes the backhand play around to his winger, and helps the breakout for his teammates. Tom Brown pushes it behind the net, picked up. They've got a guy deep that was cherry picking. They were unable to get him the puck. They did see it, and they tried. Tom Brown bounces off the boards. Now you got a 2-on-2 coming into the zone. They'll wait for the trailer, and they give the trailer, and fires up and over the net. And they'll fight for it on the boards. The Vigilantes able to chip it out, and they'll do a race for the puck. Some baseball skills there to bat that one out of the air. And you got a 3-on-2 for a second. Tries to drive to the net. That's pickpocketed by the defense, and then gets taken away again and remains Tom Brown possession for a moment. They'll battle it in down low. Working the perimeter, and he's got a little bit of space. Vigilante's really focused on keeping people out of the house area, so they give that perimeter up. off of the stick all the way over into the other corner. They'll fight for possession. Vigilantes chip it out. Again, they have a forward just outside of your screen waiting for the long pass, trying to set up the breakaway. First period ends. We got a score of 1-0 Vigilantes. Gabby, what are you thinking of this so far?
I think the ice tilted pretty evenly right now. Vigilantes maybe a little bit more offensive zone time. Tom Brown's trying to generate some more for themselves as that period was coming to a close. I think score pretty reflective of what we've been seeing as far as playing.
Probably some inspirational speeches going on the bench right now. This is Dawg Bowl 13. This is what they've all been training for. This is their opportunity in front of the camera. We'll see a little more intensity, I think, as this game goes on. Or at least a little more entertainment, one of the two. Period number 2 about to start. And the clock says zeros, but they mean 15. Scorekeeper's working
there.
right away. Yeah, you got to feel sympathy for anybody that breaks a stick nowadays, with the cheapest ones being $200. Vigilantes chip it out of the boards and then give chase. Tom Brown gathers it. They'll work at center ice. And then it bounces around back to the Vigilantes, who force Tom Brown deep behind their net to regroup. Possession changes a little bit, bounce pass cross ice. And Tom Brown will walk into the zone. They'll try to force to the middle. Vigilantes been very good at making that area very hard to access. And the Vigilantes will walk it out of the zone. They'll power through. And it's turned over Tom Brown. They will seek safety behind the net. Vigilantes read that, create a turnover, try to get it out front, and they do. And then it gets back to Tom Brown. Vigilantes will push it in deep and fight for it.
Vigilantes on a good back check, like you were saying there, not letting them into center. Working the puck from the perimeter, it seems like, when they're on offense, and not letting the Tom Browns cut through center when they're on the back check.
We got a penalty coming up. As for Dawson, launched the defenseman's stick about 15 feet in the air, and that's going to be a slash, and that's going to be a 2-minute infraction, so we'll see the Tom Brown power play for a little more than 2 minutes. Face-off takes place inside the Vigilante zone by rule of any penalty. And Tom Brown wins it, and they will work the perimeter. Down low, fires across, tough angle, pad pass may be intended there. Either way, it's a save. They'll get it, they'll regroup, go across to the far defenseman. They give it to the point in the middle. And they will start to work the umbrella power play, and then it's disrupted by the Vigilantes, and they'll be forced to regroup at center ice. Vigilantes stop that just before it comes in, try to ice it, they're unable to. A D-to-D pass, and a regroup again required by Tom Brown as the Vigilantes start to change one by one. Short-handed opportunity, gets shot over the net, collect his own rebound, and then it gets shipped all the way down the ice. Must have hit somebody because the ref immediately waved off the icing.
Good read to generate the short-handed chance. Breaking out of neutral ice for the Vigilantes here. Excuse me.
Tom Brown tries to split the seam, unable to, hits the side. Had a long time to look at that, and the goalie had everything covered up. There really wasn't anywhere to shoot. And Vigilantes able to fire it down by a little more time. We got about 40 seconds left to go in this man advantage for the Tom Brown team. And they'll get another one opportunity in there, fires it off the goalie's blocker save, and goes behind the net. It's picked up by Tom Brown. 25 seconds, missed pass at the point. They'll have to give chase. That'll cost them a little bit of time, but more importantly, it allows the Vigilantes a chance to change. And the forecheck steals the puck, keeps it down in the Tom Brown side with about 10 seconds left to go. Tom Brown now coming into the zone. They got a 3-on-2. He's going to try to drive the net, pushes it out front a little bit late. It's picked up on a fortunate hop, and then fires. I think it hit a defenseman's stick and then deflected up into the netting. We are now back at even strength. Vigilantes win yet another draw, and then Tom Brown steps through and takes it from him. Puck bounces around a little bit before ending up on Shelton's stick. He looks for the long pass, makes a good bounce off the boards, but Tom Brown defense is ready for it. They're able to chip it out of the zone, forcing the Vigilantes to regroup at center ice, which they do. Give it to Shelton. Shelton tries to walk in. He takes a stick, slows him up a little bit, and looks like an offsides call.
Just ahead of the puck there.
Face off at neutral ice, and this one gets pushed forward by the Vigilantes and picked up by Tom Brown. And they will put it in the zone. Goaltender comes out and makes the play on the puck like he's supposed to. Gives it to his teammate who is under pressure, turns it around. Tom Brown in kind of close to each other, unable to really pass it. Any effectiveness, they eventually turn it over to Mr. Shelton. Shelton goes high off the glass, and it bounces over, and Tom Brown will give chase back in their own zone under pressure. They'll battle on the near boards before kicking it back behind the net for a little bit of safety. And then Tom Brown will break it out. And they got a 2-on-2 walk in the zone. Good way to load that one up, fired low hard, but it went wide of the net. Officially not a shot. Ooh, boy, big toe drag, highlight reel, but the goalie ends that highlight reel with a big save.
It was quite the move, pulled along the far side boards there.
Vigilantes charge back, fired across the ice and give it up to Tom Brown. Tom Brown's got a skater going. He just misses him too far on that one. That's going to be an icing call. Both teams picking up their transition game, looking for that breakaway opportunity. A lot of conversations going on between players, including the bench, and they all look friendly. Face-off is inside Tom Brown's zone. Tom Brown wins that one. They'll do a rim pass up to the winger. Winger hits the center, bounces off of his skate, and goes back into the Vigilantes' possession. Vigilantes at neutral ice. It gets poked, but not removed. As Vigilante walks in and throws it to the middle. Intercepted by Tom Brown. Tom Brown will collect and wait. Big hook, two big hooks on the way in. Enough to get a look back. Sticks are becoming parallel with the ice often is a sign of the legs not doing it anymore and you reach for a player. Vigilantes regroup without any pressure. A one-hand, backhand toe drag. Fancy, but wasn't effective. Pad pass gets intercepted, and Vigilantes will come down the other way. Tom Brown breaks it up, and it moves down the ice slowly. Vigilantes look to break it out. They got a seam in there, but he is not clear, and it comes in offsides.
Good stretch pass there by the Vigilantes, almost set themselves up for success there. The good breakout into the zone, just offsides.
Face-off takes place neutral ice. And they'll fight for it in the corner as it comes back into the defensive zone of Tom Brown. A spinning backhand. Goalie does not move and is able to effectively parry that one. That a little tougher shot through traffic. Pad save made. They kick it out to the side. Tom Brown pushes it right in the middle for the Vigilantes. And then a pickpocket stops the shot from happening, but Vigilantes still have possession of the puck for now. They move it behind. Another spin backhand. We've seen two now in the same shift. With no effectiveness as the goalie is not buying that. Stays put and it bounces off his pads. Tom Brown coming back into the zone. A little fan on a pass. Players connect with each other and go tumbling down behind the net. And it comes out front to the Vigilantes. Got a 2-on-1 if they hurry. And good defense keeps that pass from coming across. Hits a stick and goes up into the netting.
Yeah, number 13 there. Cody Gallegos for the Tom Browns. Good speed on the back check. Helped his teammate to be able to cut off that angle for the man who did have the puck and force him along the far side.
This faceoff will take place in the Tom Brown zone. Again, 5:14 left to go in this second period. And this faceoff is won cleanly by Vigilantes. Back to Shelton, he fires it, goes outside the net. Bounces around the boards, collected by the Vigilantes. They'll fire it from the short board. Easy save for the goaltender. He decides to hang on to that one, and we'll push a face-off again. Danny Bobreski has been the face-off guy for the Vigilantes and has a high win percentage so far tonight. And he wins this one clean again to Shelton. Shelton fires it, doesn't get through traffic, and gets picked up by Tom Brown, and they will go off the boards out of the zone. They got an odd man right here, two, almost three. Looks like two, perfect pass across. Tic-tac-toe, that's the first goal of the game. Second goal of the game, excuse me.
Tom Brown's able to tie it at 4:20 to go in the second period. Like you said, the tic-tac-toe play. They had a 3-on-1 coming in there.
Not much chance for a goaltender on that one. He was in position for the first two saves. Third one goes by. Tom Brown was driving in. And they are saying that's crossbar. Be interested to see that replay. Tom Brown comes out of their zone. Cutting the perimeter, trying to drive to the front, and they do get that pass through, and that's a save made, and the Vigilantes will skate it out. They got a 1-on-3 coming up here, and it gets poked away from them. And then the rebound is picked up by the Vigilantes, and that is offsides as it sneaked out of the zone. So with 3:20 left to go, we got a 1-1 game. 3:20 left to go in the second period, we have a 1-1 game. Face off neutral ice. Vigilantes will regroup back into their own defensive zone. And Shelton passes it over. Picked up, try to skate to the outside, and he is able to gain zone entry. Will go deeper. And then spins and pushes it around, and it'll be picked up by Tom Brown. Tom Brown tries to bounce pass it out. It's knocked down by a former T-ball champion. Keeps the play alive. Oh, he's got somebody out front. Oh, great one-timing pass attempt. It fires over the net. Now they'll battle it behind the net. They try to go out front again. That one's blocked, and it's loose in front again until Tom Brown finally gains control of it, and they'll look for a little bit of safety. They fire it deep and hit the skates, but the Vigilante defense is back in plenty of time. Rim pass is picked up by Tom Brown, and they got a defenseman walking in with a lot of time. Goalie bites on the fake shot, walks around him.
That's taken his time there. He kind of drew the goalie out of the cage, able to create that space for him by getting him to believe his fake shot. Caught him there, put it home.
Cody Gallegos. Great pass over to him, had all day on that one. Vigilantes win the draw again. He's back, and they will walk into the zone and fire from the outside. Just as quick as that, we're tied up again.
2 quick goals there. Picks that far side right as he gains the blue line. Has to drop it back to his teammate because he loses the puck. Goalie tries to hug that one, but it finds the back of the net.
1 minute remaining in the second period. Vigilantes roll it in the zone and then challenge it behind the net. Thomas Brown maintains possession as they look to break it out. A little D-to-D activity. And they will finally put it up the boards to the winger and then gain zone entry. Great defensive poke check right there. Just missed the opportunity in the slot by Tom Brown. They get another chance. Goalie's all over it. I think he made 3 saves in that little flurry of shots. And Vigilantes come up with the puck. They try to walk out. It gets poked away. They pick it up again, and they're still scrambling for the puck before finally gaining possession. We're under 20 seconds left to go in this period. They'll go for the long pass, and then it gets pushed back into the zone for a regroup, working on possession. We got under 10 seconds left to go in this period. And there's a turnover with 2 seconds left to go, and a chance. Bounces up over the goalie. I think that clock was taking forever for the Vigilantes on that one. They kept thinking it was over, and it wasn't. After 2 periods, we're tied. We'll go to a 12-minute stop time third period to see who can walk away with this one. What do you think the speeches on the bench are right now? Maybe it's about fatigue. Maybe it's about what they're doing later.
Maybe. The after celebration, they're talking about what they're going to do if they win. Brain is fried after these 3 games in a row.
Broadcasting is volunteer activity too. A lot of hockey games being played. 54 teams in the tournament for Dawg Bowl 13. A lot of activities around those games. We've had the sled hockey. We've had the blind hockey. We've had the Platinum Series, which everybody likes to see.
The Survivor game earlier today too, yeah?
Absolutely, the Survivor game, what it's all about. 5 heart donors on the ice at the same time. Okay, we're ready to see who wins this one. It's 2-2. They're putting 15 on the clock. It's supposed to be a 12-minute stop time period. Maybe we're going to make a little exception for these teams. Bounces off the boards and people and gets picked up by the Vigilantes. Oh, and they are just a hair away from having a really good opportunity right there. They'll work on possession. I'm not sure how he just walked through everybody to make a scoring chance. It's blocked by the defense. I think the intermission speech was better on the Vigilante side so far as they've come out with fire. And they get the first shot of the period. Big save. Big save by Tom Brown himself as he stretches out and lays out for that one.
Got a whole team named after him. That's a lot to live up to.
Face-off takes place in the Tom Brown zone. And they will try to flip it across center as an odd breakout pass, and it fails, and it goes to the Vigilantes. Vigilantes will look for a little bit of room. They'll wrestle with the puck. Down low, gets up to the point. Shot through traffic.
Yeah.
Makes its way in and breaks the tie. 3-2 Vigilantes.
He just walks straight up to the line, has his teammate there to create a screen, puts it home.
That's Jesse Shelton on the goal from the point. The screen that good, you really should get an assist for that. The goalie couldn't see anything. He was in position, had his glove up, but had no sight of the puck at all.
Give him a point for the stats.
add them on there.
We have a Conn Smythe for Silver Division
Yep.
Dog Bowl.
You never know when the scouts are going to show up for this one. Vigilantes back in the zone. Tom Brown has not been to the other side of the ice yet this period. And we are about 4.5 minutes into this period. Vigilantes finds some room up top and tries to one-time it off the boards. That's a miss, and it goes all the way down the ice, and there is a solid forecheck. That will not connect with anything as the Vigilantes break it out to center ice. Take a minute, they try to go across. Pass is intercepted and chipped ahead back into the Vigilante zone. Both teams in a change. Tom Brown comes out and pokes it free and kicks it back into the Vigilante zone. D-to-D pass, line change is still completing, and then they'll chip it into the zone and give chase. Goalie comes out to help the play, and the rim pass breakout works, and they'll walk it into the Vigilante zone for the first time under their control in this third period. Oh, he's got a lot of room to walk, and it gets closed off at the last second. Oh, I don't know what stopped that one from going in. It was a fake shot attempt, and he went for the backdoor pass, and he hit him on the tape, and I'm not sure if defense got in the way of that or the goalie got in the way of that.
Good offensive sequence there by the Tom Browns. Vigilantes on the other side of the ice were going for the dump and chase. Goalie came out to play, gave it over to his man who went coast to coast, set up some good offense there, and like you said, a very good scoring opportunity. There's another one.
There is another one as the Vigilantes look for a backhand wraparound. Goalie makes a first save, second save gets swept, or second opportunity gets swept away by the defense, and then kicked all the way down the ice for an icing call. So the faceoff will take place in the Tom Brown zone. Faceoff victory goes to Tom Brown, and they will fire it off the boards for the streaking winger that was not moving. And it didn't quite bounce right, so that worked that way anyway. Now they enter the zone. They got the trailer. He's got room. Good toe drag shot, blocked. And they maintain possession. Try to throw it out front. It goes all the way through. And they'll work it up into the point area and look for a little help in the seam, and they walk through. Tom Brown now working the perimeter. Another shot from the outside. Goaltender has the angle. Again, the Vigilantes really forcing all of the Tom Brown shots to the outside. Tom Brown having a tough time getting into that slot area, that high scoring area. Faceoff takes place inside the Vigilante zone. James Berger wins the draw, and they're going to walk all the way in with that one.
That was quite the goal. Walked right through the slot there, moved forehand, backhand, backhand, drew the goalie out, and on that last backhand, able to maneuver it around the pad and put it home.
That was nearly slow motion as JJ showed some skill to be able to find the seams and navigate through there. We are tied up again. Vigilantes regroup in their defensive zone, and they go for the long pass, and they catch the winger coming into the zone. We got a 2-on-2 with the trailer. That's a 3-on-2 and a shot. That one hits the goalie, goes wide, and then Tom Brown tries to transition, but they do not get the hold of the puck, and the Vigilantes on the attack again. And pass goes all the way through the crease area, creates a chance. It gets fired up and over the net. That will not be an icing, as that is the result of a shot, and it doesn't make it all the way down anyway, as this ice is pretty chewed up by now, and it slows the puck down considerably. And Tom Brown will come back into the zone. They'll dump it in, give chase, and it's poked around a couple times. Ref helps stop it, and then Tom Brown picks it up. They got a shot, a move in the slot area, and then to the outside, tries to set it up. Everybody tracks that play, and it gets pushed to the corner. Comes out in the Vigilantes, and they'll gain possession at neutral ice, and they'll decide to skate in. And he's looking for help, and there's people changing behind the play, and there's no help to be had. Tom Brown picks up the puck. They're coming the other way. It gets turned over. A lot of room to escape for the Vigilantes right here. He gets to go to the whole zone without being touched. Enters into theirs full speed. A good poke check. Knocks the puck off his stick and negates his chances of going to the net. And then they swat away the secondary opportunities. And Shelton walks through 2. Fires considerably wide of the net. We'll say that was blocked because that was so far away from the net. Could never admit somebody did that on purpose. And Shelton picks up the puck. He throws it across the blue line to his partner. Goaltender tracks it the whole way. Makes a save, no rebound. 6:25 left to go in the third period. We are tied at 3.
Some very tight offensive pressure and forechecking there from the Vigilantes. They were starting to get a little bit sloppy on the back check, it seemed like, the last 2 possessions that the Tom Browns had. Obviously, that 1 goal. We were talking just before about how they were cutting off center, not letting the Tom Browns in there. Quite literally, that's exactly what the man who scored did. He just walked right through center, and then another scoring opportunity as soon as they gained possession again through center. And that went off the post, not through center.
That was a great play as Tom Brown went with high speed to the net. They dropped it just before going behind the net and created a scoring chance. Goalie had to make the decision whether to read that play or to go with the play behind the net. Made the right decision, and puck just narrowly missed. Vigilantes win the draw, and they'll break it out. And they look again for that cross ice pass. This time it's Jesse Shelton. And he gives it to the middle. Big shot. I'm going to call that one a save. I think it touched the goalie, then hit the crossbar.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think he got a piece of it there with his glove.
Just a hair under 6 minutes left to go. We're all tied up. I think we'll start to see these teams get more and more competitive and intense as they find that second wind in order to try to win this game. Shot from the point, makes it through everybody. A screen in front, but goalie tracks the puck and holds it. Saved by Tom Brown.
We're going to find a lane there too. Number 11, Schwab for the Vigilantes. Finding that seam, sending it all the way through all that traffic, still gets to the goalie.
Tom Brown comes out with it off the draw. They've got a good pass through the seam. Just goes off of the stick, gets picked up by Vigilantes. Vigilantes coming in, they got a 3-on-2 that is blocked on that pass attempt, laying down the body. Gotta love his sacrifice in a men's league game, spreading out to make sure that that pass doesn't get through. Vigilantes, Jesse Shelton bounces it off the boards. And a couple passes up. Scott Seal moves it to the middle.
Good back check sprawling play there by Kyle Stachowiak, I want to say. Cut off that lane.
Shot from the outside, routine save for the goaltender who's been in position all night. We're down to 4:52 on the clock.
Hugging the post, not leaving any gaps to be picked on that one.
Face off again goes to the Vigilantes. They seem to be winning more than they're losing. And they'll walk into the zone. He split the D, he's in. Shot, score. Verdowson with the goal. Off the pass, off the rim pass from the face-off win. He gets in, splits the D, and fires it low into the net.
Kind of used the boards to his advantage there as he was playing it along there. Used it to deke out the back check a little bit. Obviously put it home like you said. Split the D.
That's a 1-goal advantage. That makes it 4-3 with just about 4.5 minutes left to go. Tom Brown, now we'll see some urgency and you'll see some defense cheating into the play to try to gain some scoring opportunities as this last 4 minutes could go quickly. Vigilantes gather the puck in their own zone, try to get it out, and it gets stopped on the first attempt. The second attempt gets chipped up and caught in the air. We got a 2-on-1 developing in the Tom Brown zone. He's going to fire it low hard. It gets pushed into the corner. Tries to hit a trailer. It's missed. Now we got a 2-on-2 going back into the Vigilante zone. They'll fire from the outside. gains the rebound, fires up the outside of the post, and then the rebound is collected by the Vigilantes, thrown around the rim and kept in at the point by the Tom Brown team.
Good reaction time from the goalie there as his own man is kind of sent colliding in there. I think Tom Brown's netminder just about ready to come out.
We're going to see an interference call on the Vigilantes right here, and it's going to give special teams an opportunity to tie this thing up for the Tom Brown team. Last power play they had a lot of trouble setting it up in the zone, and the Vigilantes actually had more opportunities. The crowd is into it now.
Sounds like my high school football game.
Oberski on the draw. I think he's been undefeated on the draw and wins that one, and they will chip it all the way down the ice and chew off the first 10 seconds of the power play. Tom Brown team will regroup at their own zone. They patiently break it out, taking it, and it bounces off the boards, kind of a flat bounce, goes right back to the Vigilantes, and they send it all the way down for the next 10 seconds of the power play. Goalie makes a risky pass, but it completes across the ice.
Play it there.
And you got a little bit of weaving in the zone. They try to gain entry to the slot area, and they are denied. And again, the Vigilantes rip it down the ice. We're at about $1:20 left to go on the power play for Tom Brown. 3 minutes on the entire game.
Not quite taking advantage of this in the one-goal game as the final frame is winding down, probably as they would like to.
Again, that high slot area closes. They might want to consider declining the next penalty the way this power play is going so far.
Good cardio, at least. They're sent chasing for it.
Good exercise. That means they will put plenty of revenue into the local tavern after this one. Tom Brown is able to gain. They got a high slot opportunity. It's quickly shut down by the defense. And gets behind the net. And will get chipped out of the net. We got to be thinking that it's almost time to pull this goaltender for Tom Brown, because they need one goal to stay alive. It gets into the zone, and they allow the Vigilantes to do a little bit around the world passing here and then chip it down the ice for the last few seconds of the power play. Under 10 seconds left to go on the man advantage for Tom Brown. They'll try to race forward and get one more chance. And now we are at even strength. Got to expect the goaltender to be looking to the bench. I'm not seeing the signs of it. And it might be because Tom Brown is having a lot of trouble with possession right now. Vigilante still working hard. We'll cycle it around. Defense is going to carry this right through the seam into the zone. He tries to cut to the slot area, which Jesse Shelton gets a stick in the way, pushes him to the outside. Goaltender is still in net. It's still a 5-on-5 right now. Comes across. We are just close to 1 minute remaining in here. Vigilantes gain possession of the puck. They're going to flip it up and chase it. And Tom Brown tries to clear the zone and cannot. Under a minute to go, they'll chip it out front. It gets pushed into the corner by Tom Brown, and then they will go on the attack. The goalie's now looking to the bench. 50 seconds left to go. We'll see an additional attacker coming on. He's hesitating to go to the bench. The attacker is on the ice. And we now have a 6-on-5 for the final 30 seconds potentially of this game. And there's an open net and a goal.
Vigilantes tuck that one home. Not a super strong man advantage from the Tom Browns. Obviously, it seemed they were doing okay, 5-on-5, aside from being down one. And then that power play did them more harm than good, and I think that energy might have continued to carry on as they pulled their netminder.
I have no doubt that they will have special teams practice early tomorrow morning. Special teams was a factor in this one for them. 33 seconds left to go. We'll go back to 5-on-5. Some unkind words said. Get an early dismissal of one of the Tom Brown players. He waves on his way out, and everybody gives him an applause on his exit. It's like a rock star exit with that applause.
Chirping from the stands.
Right. Let the fans get involved too. 30 seconds to go. It's actually a 2-goal game, 2-goal advantage for the Vigilantes with that last empty netter. And they're going to serve a penalty for that early dismissal. Maybe they're not. They faked. That was a fake penalty.
Just kidding.
The discussion continues. I thought they had called. If they kicked the guy out of the game, I'd expect they called a penalty. There is a 2-minute one on the board, but there is nobody sitting in the box, and there is 5 guys on the ice. And they're calling 5-on-5. They're just giving them 2 minutes for bad words. That play comes in offsides, but it's not going to matter there. And they put it in. That creates a 3-goal lead. That play came in offsides, but it's not going to make a difference in the overall realm of things, except for Mr. Tom Brown. Was I right? Did that replay show offsides?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure it did. I didn't see a guy right with him there as he was entering the zone.
Now it's turned friendly, and the Vigilantes will regroup, and everybody content with this clock running out, and this will conclude. Oh, a turnover in the middle, though, and makes the Vigilantes stay a little bit sharp. They get a couple more shots. Tom Brown gets a couple more shots before the clock runs out. They'll cancel out in the corner. And that's it. That's actually a 6-3 victory. Didn't quite all make them on the board. 6-3 victory for the Vigilantes over the Tom Brown team.
Got out of hand pretty quickly as it was tied at 3 at one point.
Some fatigue perhaps set in on the Tom Brown team.
I relate to that.
And Gabby, you are done. Do you have any more games to do tonight?
No.
Congratulations on your hat trick for 3 games down in a row.
4.
4.
This is my 4th one.
Awesome. Thanks for the efforts, and to everybody else that has participated and watched. We're going to leave this one with a Vigilante victory and lots more action happening at Dawg Bowl 13. For Gabby, I'm Zach. Thanks a lot. It's been fun.
Good night.
That's a wrap. Thanks for tuning in.
I am Matt Martinez with MMD Electric, official streaming sponsor of Dawg Bowl 13.
Thank you, Matt. And always remember to play hard,
Play fair.
and give back.
We'll see you at the next face-off.